Okay, we're here with a group of former political prisoners that have been detained in an Israeli prison under their torturous conditions. What's your name, sir?
Bassam Shweki.
Bassam Shweki. Have you been detained by Israeli?
Oh yeah, of course. I've been detained as administrative detainee and also some other cases.
Some other cases.
Yep.
The next guest is, what's your name, sir?
عماد وشمسية.
Have you ever been detained by Israeli?
طبعا. Yes.
Okay, thank you. And this is Badi Dwak. Badi, have you ever been detained by an Israeli?
Yeah, of course. I have been detained. I spent 3 years first time.
For many times, I suppose.
After that many cases also.
This is the star of this documentary. What's your name, sir?
Badran Jabir.
Badr Anjar. How old are you?
About 69 years.
69 years. You're Palestinian.
Yes, I'm a Palestinian, Hebronite.
Hebronite.
Yeah.
Have you ever been detained by Israel?
More than 13 more times.
How do you feel about being a Palestinian living under occupied Hebron?
I feel always that I am followed by the Israelis. We are living under a threatening of the Israeli army and the Israeli settlers all the time. We are not safely in our houses. We are not safely in our lands, in our farms, and even in our schools. And I say schools because I was a teacher, and the Israelis entered this school, the same school that I was there, more than 5 months, following the kids of the 4th class and 6th classes to arrest them, and more than once they thrown gas bombs and sound bombs against the Palestinian students in the schools.
What are some of the accusations Israel has had against you for your arrest? Why has Israel arrested you for?
All the time I'm so dangerous man against the safety of the public, and many times they said that I am against occupation. I'm sure against occupation, but I'm not dangerous. I'm a human being and live the human beings all over the world. I am a struggler for freedom of my people and my homeland.
Do you have a family?
Yes, I have 8 children and a wife and 4 brothers, and let me say that my 5 male children are arrested, and my 3 brothers were arrested with me more than once.
Why have they been arrested?
And for some reasons, they are under interrogation. We are feeling that you are doing something against the Israeli forces.
Are any of your sons under detention right now?
I have 2 until now still in the Israeli jails.
Have they been convicted, or are they in administrative detention?
One of them, Hassan, is about 34 years, a university student studying in the Hebron University. He is under administrative detainee, and he spent more than 8 years of his life under administrative detention. And Nasser is now under interrogation at Ashkelon investigation base, and I'm so worried because he is
Palestinian.
young, and I feel that his life is under dangerous. And I'm only remember Arafat Jaradat, they killed at Ashkelon jail, and Raed al-Jabari that they killed in the same jail.
what kind of treatment do you get while you're detained in an Israeli prison? How are Palestinians treated in an Israeli prison?
We always could give the ICRC to answer these bad conditions. Many affidavits from the ICRC conditions said that it is not a human situation, and it is so bad complex. We are indeed need everything: food, water, cleaning things, and to read, to write, and to have a medical good treatment, or a human good treatment, or to have the family visits that it is right for the Palestinian, or for all the detainees to have. So they forbid us to have family visits, and sometimes they put us lonely, isolated the Palestinian detainee because he knows his rights, and ask the jail administration to give him his rights, so he may isolated from the other detainees and put in a cell for sometimes 2 to 3 years.
One last thing. What's a message that you want to send out to the people in the international community? One message you want the people like me to better understand the condition Palestinians have to face on a daily basis?
You see me. Do you feel that I am so dangerous?
I'm not scared of you.
We are human beings. We are a part of the peoples of the world as Palestinians, and we are struggling for our rights to have a good life. Not a good, to have the right to live.
The right to live.
The right to live in the same conditions of other people's living. So my message is, you as a human community must open your eyes, open your ears, and see and hear what the Israelis do for the Palestinians, and to stop dealing with the Israelis, and to defend our rights as a part of this world governed by the Americans and the Israelis and the Zionist racist policy.
Thank you.
For nothing.
Badi, do you have any last word before we close this video?
What would you like to say?
Well, I'd like to say, like to ask you, how do you feel about the occupation? You being that you're an expert and you see it every day, and you live every day the occupation in Hebron.
My feeling as any Palestinian feeling, we cannot manage to live with this occupation, because no one they can accept to live under occupation and controlling his life. And that we are Palestinians, we deserve to have our freedom and justice, and we're not asking for something as American. We just ask about our political rights and the human rights as a Palestinian people. And we, as Abu Ghassan said, we are part from this world and from this community of the world, and we just want to live as the other people live in their own lands, and that's why we are looking for. So
thank you.
We have the right to struggle for our freedom.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Nothing.
Do you have any last word?
Okay, as my fellow comrade here, Saad Badia and Mr. Badran Jaber said before, that we are a nation seeking our freedom, our independence, like every other nation in the world. It's the last occupation that is known in the world, so it must end. That's the word.
Okay, here you hear from the very own mouths of a Palestinian living under occupation, from Palestinians who are suffering occupation on a daily basis.